Hey friends, I'm Cindy Byer and here again with Tyler Green. And as you can see, he has his quarantine hair going on because he hasn't been able to get a haircut. So I'm sure many of you guys that are out there watching today, you're probably a lot like him. Or you're like me, that I need my color updated at some point. But anyway, welcome to our Got Balls workout series part 2. So go ahead and grab any ball that you can find that's in your garage or just lying around. I just have these playground balls. You can grab these. I just got at like Walmart or Target or something like that. If you don't have any at home, you don't have to spend a lot of money on them. Maybe $2. But most of you will have like a soccer ball, a volleyball, or a basketball. I like these because they're a little bit softer. But grab whatever you have right now and join me because today we have another ab series. And this one is designed specifically to really target in to help you get that six-pack abs that you're all chasing. All right, so join me now and we'll get started. So we're gonna take the ball, we're gonna start laying down and take the ball between your legs here, right? And I'm gonna lay down. Now mind you, you're not trying to pop the ball, but you are trying to stay connected to it. So we're just gonna start laying down on the floor with the ball between our legs and our feet, probably a little bit past 90 degrees at the hip. So I'm not all the way pulled in like so at my hip. I'm gonna push my hips away a little bit and then my feet will find a comfortable position. If you feel cramped up with your feet, you're cramped up. So move them away. All right, that's a great rule of thumb. So from here, your hands are gonna just be down by your side here. Hopefully your chest is not super tight. If it is, go ahead and flip your palms so they face the ceiling. That way your shoulders are down on the mat. Then from here, you're just going to press your legs into the ball to squeeze and touch that ball. And then just release it for right now. So all we're doing is gonna activate. You can't really see what I'm doing, but all I'm doing is pressing and squeezing that ball, activating my inner thighs. I'm not trying to pop it, I'm just reconnecting to it. Now, from here, press and squeeze, and then you're just gonna lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Then you're gonna lower down. So I promise you, less is more. Because if you're squeezing these balls really hard right now, let me tell you, you're not gonna make it through the workout. Your adductors are going to fatigue too fast. So it's just connect, then lift, and then lower, and then release the ball. Do that again. So you connect by squeezing gently. You lift the hips. What I love about this move, you can keep going up and down. I'm going to hold it for a sec while I explain. What I love about the move, specifically with the ball, is it allows my adductors to connect. Therefore, my glutes then connect, and it gets me out of my hamstrings. So if you're someone who tends to do bridging like this, and they fall down, grabbing the back of their leg like so, because their hamstrings cramp up, this is your secret. It's this ball right here, getting those adductors to work. So lift up and then lower down. All the ball does in any of the workouts we're doing is creates a place for you to connect, for your body to learn where to connect properly, to get the right muscles to do the right thing at the right time with the right amount of effort. I know that's a lot to say, but it's what we want to get the most effective workout is the right muscles to do the right thing at the right time with the right amount of effort. Nothing more, nothing less. Meaning we want to go in the right order with the right amount of effort. Good, try 2 more here. We're just warming up that spine, right? So as I'm going down, I'm gonna actually roll my spine. So I'm putting my hands here so you can see. I could just do a hip lift like we were just doing, which is this. But now to warm up that spine, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my rib cage, roll my lower back, and let my tailbone be last. So we're gonna do 5 of these. We're gonna curl the tailbone under this time, roll yourself up. It looks and appears to be the same, but I'm deliberately now flexing my spine, rolling all the way down to the floor. So I'm really engaging into my abdominals here. So I could do a hip lift where I'm just lifting, which is what we did, or we're gonna do a hip roll. So we're gonna curl that pelvis under so my lower back flattens to the ground. Then I'm gonna roll myself up sequentially up my back. Then from here, I'm gonna drop from my rib cage. Drop my ribs down first. Then my belly button pushes my lower back towards the mat, and then my tailbone releases at the end. Let's do 3 more here. Inhale through your nose. Then exhale through your mouth, roll yourself up. You can have your hands down here. I have them here so you can see what my spine is doing. Roll down. This makes it a little bit harder when your arms are back here because your obliques have to work harder in order to stabilize your spine and mobilize it. Roll up from here. I think we have one more after this. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Roll down. One more here. Roll up. And roll down from there. Yes, my armpits don't have hair there. Ty pointed out the other day that I needed to shave them, so I did before I put my arms over my head, so thank you for that. All right, now from here, are you feeling your inner thighs? No. You gotta say it louder. Yes. Okay, because he's nodding his head, but you can't really see it. I have to say that to my kids too, because they're like my dad will call on the phone and he'll ask a question that they can hear and they just nod their head, and I'm like, he can't hear what you're saying over the phone because all you're doing is nodding your head. Do you guys have issues like that? I have that all the time. All right, now from here, my inner thighs are getting a little fatigued, but I'm still gonna work them. All right, so from here, all you're gonna do from here is just lift your heels up and then lower them down. Lift the heels up and lower. What you'll find is just by lifting those heels, can you feel these lower fibers of your abdominals start to kick in? Mine are, but I'm really in tune with my deep abdominal fibers. You might not be. If you don't feel them right now, that's okay. What I want you to do is take your hand, right, and just place it on the lower part of your abdominals, below your belly button. And then as you lift your heels, see if you can feel under your hand the muscles starting to tighten up under there. I sure do. Tyler, do you? Yeah. You can? All right, so it is okay. What? It's deep though. It is deep. He said it's deep, and it should be deep. We're getting the deepest fibers of your rectus abdominals that are down below the belly button, below the six pack, as well as your transverse abdominals. Good. Now we're going to add that move. We're going to lift the hips up. Then we're going to lift the heels up. Then we're going to roll the spine down. Now I'm activating my rectus abdominals as I'm rolling my spine. And then I drop my heels down. So we're gonna do all three moves. So we're gonna do a hip lift. Here, I'll show it to you here. Hip lift, heel lift, roll the spine, and then drop the heels. Do three more. So you're gonna hip lift, heel lift, spine rolls down, and then the heels come down. Two more. You're gonna lift the hips, lift the heels, roll the spine. You have to say it that way for it to work, apparently. Drop the heels. One more here. Lift the hips, lift the heels, roll the spine, and then drop the heels from there. Very nice. Let's move on to another move. My adductors are burning right now. They're going to be fatigued by the end of this workout. I promise you that. You're going to lift your legs up. Very nice. Now from here, you want to make sure that your spine shape doesn't change. So when I go to lift it, I want to make sure that my back doesn't start to arch up, right? We did this one yesterday where you can see my magic hand that's coming underneath my back. You don't want that to happen. You want to keep your back on the ground. So if you have to pull your knees closer towards your body to do that, go ahead and make sure you do that. So you want to find this position where your spine is nice and supported. Now, from here, you're going to begin to lower both legs. They don't have to hit the floor. Right before you stop, right before you feel your back starting to arch. And then here's your trick. Pull your ribs toward your pelvis. As that happens, then lift the legs back up. So you begin to lower the legs down and stop just before you feel the back coming up. Pull the ribs towards your pelvis a little bit more, belly button in towards the back, lift up. Do that 3 more times. We're really working those deep abdominal fibers, the ones that are lower down than the surface six-pack, meaning lower from the belly button towards the pelvis, as well as the transverse abdominals, which cause the abdomen to become flatter, because there's no point in developing six-pack abs that are puffy. Well, someone might like six-pack abs that are puffy. I don't. But if you do, then that's fine. You don't have to work the transverse abdominals. You can just do stomach crunches all day long. One more here. Good. Place the feet down. Very nice. Take your hands. Place them back behind your head. If, for whatever reason, this position of your arms is too tight and pulling across your chest, You can do this move with your hands on the front of your head or off to the side of your body, like so. And what I mean is, as you bring your arms behind your head, if your shoulder blades don't touch the mat behind you, your chest muscles are pulling your arms up too much. So you'd be better off positioning your arms where your hands are on your head so your shoulder blades can hit the floor, or have them here in front of you so you can start in this nice neutral position with your shoulder blades. Choose where your arms are going to be. Now from here, just drop your chin towards your chest, squeeze that ball gently, and then you're going to lift your head and shoulders up. And then you're going to lower down. Now, as you do this, make sure you're not curling your pelvis under as you go. That's the most common mistake that people make, is this pelvic curl. Here's the problem. If I'm trying to sit up and I curl my pelvis, it shoots me backwards. That pelvis position is preventing me from coming up. I want it to be lengthened. So when I'm coming up, I want to drop my chin towards my chest, and as I come up, I kind of want to push my pelvis away, and it creates this length. So now I'm firing properly into my abdominals to help me come up. Here's the other reason, and probably the most important reason, why you don't want to tuck that pelvis or tuck that butt when you do this ab curl. Here's why. Let's do it first, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Go ahead and lift your head and shoulders up and curl your pelvis under. Look down at your abdominals. They're puffy. So if you like puffy abs, curl the pelvis under. Now watch this. This time, as you lift up, take your pelvis and feel like you're reaching the pelvis away. So it's pushing that way as you lift. And look at your abs. They're flatter. So if you like flatter abs, then make sure your pelvis doesn't tuck as you curl up. All right, lower down. And I can walk through some more instructional videos of that in some of my other YouTube videos that I have that I'm creating this content for all of you. And if you haven't done so yet, I encourage you to go over to my YouTube channel. Just look it up under Cindy Byer. You'll find it that way. And it has a whole list of all of our live videos that we've been doing so far on Facebook. Others will be updated as soon as I get a lot of content. I'm going to start uploading those one by one. So you don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you subscribe and make sure to hit the reminder button or the notification button. What?
On YouTube.
On YouTube, right? I upload them right after our live videos. All right, let's lift up again, making sure your pelvis moves away from you to keep those abs flat. Who likes flat abs? Gives me a thumbs up or a heart if that's you. If you really want your abs to flatten. Right? If you could do a sad face, you could do it on puffy abs. No puffy abs, that's what we want, right? It's like the old game show in the 80s. What is it? Pressure Luck. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop. Remember that? Do you remember that, Tyler?
Yeah.
I love that show. I don't know why. I want no puffy abs, no puffy abs, no puffy abs. Good. Try 3 more here. Lifting up and lowering down. 1 more. If you're doing this properly, you're not going to feel this tension in your neck, which typically happens when your abdominals are not connected properly. You end up lifting through your neck muscles here as opposed to through the abdominals. All right, now we're going to add that move into the move with the legs. So you're going to lift your legs up, but remember, you have this ball here for a reason. You want to make sure you're actively engaged in it. So now, when my legs are lifted, I'm going to lift my head and shoulders up here. Hold that position. Now, I'm going to reach and tap my feet towards the floor, not too far, and then lift back up. So I reach to tap, and I lift. Be mindful, the ball's not there just to be pretty. It's there to challenge your stability and create connection. So remember, squeeze, but squeeze gently, because if you squeeze too hard, what will happen is your legs will start to wobble. So you, primarily because one leg will squeeze harder than the other. You want to just squeeze gently and release, and then 1 more, and release the upper body down, then release the legs down. You guys still with me? Awesome. Now,
Keeping the back on the floor the whole time.
Yeah, keeping the back on the floor the whole time. So yes, the lower back, not from up from the shoulder blades. That's the most important part, because if you don't keep the back on the floor the entire time when you do that move, you run the risk of putting too much pressure into the vertebrae of the spine and injure your back. So that's actually a really, really key point. So thanks for bringing that up. All right, so now from here, you're gonna lift your legs up, take that ball. Let's give your adductors just a little break for one moment. You're then gonna take it and bring it between your ankles a little bit. Not all the way down to the ankles, but kind of between your calves, all right? So it's gonna be in a similar position, but instead of between your inner thighs, it's not between your calves. You will have the ability to adduct your legs, but the adductors are not gonna be squeezing against it. Your shins or the inner part of your shins are going to be doing that. All right, now, as we lower the ball down the legs, it becomes heavier and harder for the body to support the weight of that ball. Even if that ball doesn't have weight in it, it's just a longer lever, so it's further away from your body. Now, from here, let's go ahead and just lift our head and shoulders up from here, pressing gently into the ball. Now lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. So it's the same move, one more, and then after this, we're gonna change what we're doing with our hands. Very nice. Now on this next move, you're gonna lift up, but then bring the hands to the outside of the legs. As the arms come away from my upper body, I'm now challenging my abdominals more because the lever length of my arms is bigger. Then I'm going to lower back down. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna lift, pulling through my rib cage. Ribs coming down towards my pelvis. Then I'm gonna lower down. Don't forget the ball is there, and squeeze it. You getting tired?
Yeah,
What's getting tired?
on my legs.
Your legs are getting tired. Anyone else's legs are getting tired? You can put them down. That's all right. Where on your legs?
On the outside.
Ah, okay. So move the ball higher, back up into the inner thighs. So his legs were getting tired primarily out here. So what that is telling me is that you're really anchoring to hold your legs up with your quadriceps.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to have him move his ball back to where it was before, between the inner thighs, so that his adductors will kick on more. All right, so if that's you, that's a great way to vary or modify the exercise. All right, bring the legs back up. So now we're going to add into this move. You're going to lift up, bring the arms towards the side of the legs, reach the legs out. Good. Bend your knees in, bring your hands back, and lower down. Let's do 3 more. So we're going to lift, then reach, then bend and bring the hands back, and lower down. 2 more. Lift, then reach, then bend and lower, and 1 more. Lift and reach and bend and lower. Was that the last one I said?
Yep.
All right, see, I can't keep track of my own mind and counting. I'm not that great at it. Excellent job. All right, so now you're going to bring the legs back up. On this one, you can, if you want to keep your head and shoulders down because your neck is bothering you, feel free. Otherwise, you're going to lift up and stay lifted with me. Your hands are going to be out here. You're just going to start to move the arms up and down from here. And you're going to inhale through your nose, and then you're going to exhale through your mouth and reach the legs out straight. Then you're going to inhale through your nose as you bend the knees, and you're going to exhale through your mouth as you reach your legs straight. Good. Inhale through your nose, and then exhale through your mouth as you reach them straight, and inhale through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. Now we're halfway. If your neck is starting to bother you, go ahead and lower it down as you're doing this. Exhale as your legs go straight, but make sure when you lower your head down that your legs go a little higher to the ceiling, or your lower back will start to pop off the mat. Or drop the legs down, and you can just keep pumping the arms. Very good. Exhale through the mouth as the legs go straight. Inhale to bend, and then exhale to go out. Let's do 1 more of these. Inhale through your nose, and exhale through your mouth, and then inhale and exhale, lower the head, then lower the feet down from there. You guys still hanging in with me? Awesome. All right, legs come back up again. I did tell you this is going to be a kick butt 6-pack ab workout, right? I told you that ahead of time? Okay, he knows that too. He's doing great though, right? So give me a thumbs up and a heart for Tyler, because he's been doing this now, what, 2 weeks with us? And this is literally the first time he's ever done any kind of workout like this with me before. So he's been hanging in there for the full 30 minutes every single day at 4 o'clock live with you guys and me to do all of these workouts along with you, and you've kept up like amazing.
Thanks.
And he's still doing it. So I'm proud of you, Tyler, but I'm also proud of you guys who are joining us every single day and doing this along with us. Hopefully your body's gonna start to feel better as it moves more. Lift your legs up again. All right, now from here, all you're gonna do is bring your hands back behind your head. You can keep your head down if you want, or you can lift it up if you choose. That's a little bit harder. Then reach your legs straight. Then you're gonna start to lower them, and then lift them up. And you lower, and you lift. Now remember, as you lower, pull the abdomen inward. Instead of crunching and cinching down, you don't have to do that in this position. You just want to keep the belly button. Try not to let the belly puff. Unless you like puffy belly, then puff your belly out. I don't like a puffy belly, so I'm trying to prevent that from happening. 2 more. And then 1 more here. And then lift up, bend the knees, and lower down. Very nice. Go ahead and sit all the way up, as long as you have the abdominal strength to do so at that point. Now, we're going to go into what most people know is one of my favorite moves, which is, do you know what that is?
No.
Push-ups, right? Planks and push-ups. But don't be afraid of the planks and push-ups, because the way that I'm teaching them to you, I promise you, you will start to really learn to love the push-ups. They don't have to be scary. In fact, I have already created a video to help you specifically with this. And that one is like maybe like a 3 or 5 minute video, because that's the content that I'm creating right now. When I'm not on Facebook Live, I'm spending some time on figuring out some different aspects of things, such as how to do a push-up properly, how to squat properly, how to help get rid of IT band syndrome, things like that. So those are all going to be uploaded slowly onto the YouTube channel, and they're like 3 or 5 minutes, so you can't get any better than that. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. All right, ball comes back between your legs. I'm not going to put it between my inner thighs because I find that hinders me a little bit. I'm going to put it between my shins, but Tyler probably will keep it between your inner thighs right now, whatever's more comfortable. It's not right or wrong in any direction. It's wherever your body can connect properly, right? So I'm putting it down between my shins. It might pop out if I press too hard. So I'm going to move my arms forward. Then I'm going to move my shoulders so they line up right over my wrists. All right? Now, from here, you can, if you choose to, you can come down and do all of this on your forearm here, if you want to. So Tyler has a compromised wrist. So he had a pin put in that. So this position is difficult. So you can see what he's doing right now is he's on his fist. That makes a push-up really super duper hard to do. But if you have the ability to do that, you can do them from here. Otherwise, go down into an elbow position. And then you can still get the chest workout, and the muscles around your shoulder blades have to work harder. So it's really great for scapular stability and scapular strength. So if you have to do it here, you can just do an elbow push-up instead of a full plank push-up. All right, hands come forward. Either way, your shoulder is going to be lined up over your wrist if your arms are straight, or shoulder over your elbow if you're on your elbows. Either one is fine. Then from here, all you're gonna do is lift into a plank. So everybody come up into a full plank. So kind of walk your feet backwards just a little bit from there. So you drop the pelvis down a little bit more. Now, drop the knees down. We're gonna do this kind of a plank, maybe 3 more times. So lift right back up into that plank. Now, why is the ball there? It's there to activate into your adductors so it can help support this lifted position and come back down. So if you've been struggling with push-ups or planks, throw something between the legs, like your balls, and you can do that. Lift up from here. Good. Now lower down. Now, from this position here, when you're on your knees, go into a push-up. Down and up. Then lift into your plank. Squeeze that ball between your legs. Drop the knees down. Do another push-up. Good. Lift back up. If you're doing it on your elbows, drop down. Here's what it will look like. I'm just doing an elbow push-up here, and then I lift into a plank, and I drop my knees, and I come down and up. Choose your position. We're gonna do 5 more, all right? Lift into your plank. Drop the knees. Push up, down, and lift. 4 more, lift the legs, drop the knees, bend the arms, lift back up. What's this, 3? He's counting for me. Down and up, you probably are counting 2. 2 more here, bend the knees, drop down and up. Last one, lift, squeeze that ball between the legs, drop the knees, push up, down and up, and then collapse down or stretch. Either one is fine, and sit on up. Thank you guys so very much for joining me and Tyler today on our Got Balls workout series 2. We have actually 3 more Got Balls series. We have one specifically to help on the side of your body with those love handles. We have one standing, and then the third one that we have, which is actually going to be 5 in the series, is going to be how to release tight muscles using a ball. So between now and 3 days from now, I want you to go out and get, if you have, or unless you have one, have access to, like, what would I say? Probably like a lacrosse kind of ball, or a ball that's about this big, maybe a baseball. I don't think you can see my hands. Let's see. Or this way. I don't know. Like the size of a baseball. Something like that, about the size of baseball. Make sure you have access to one of those, because I'm going to show you some myofascial release, some trigger point release using that ball. All right, so guys, remember to go over to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, and also I'm going to upload all of these live videos onto that channel so you can rewatch them at any point in time. Awesome. Thanks, guys, so very much. Be sure to forward this stuff to your friends as well. I really appreciate your support. Hang in there, and we'll get through this quarantine all together. Take care.